So yeah, help paint the picture for us, okay? Like, you're in the 70s, the Bronx, like what are you seeing on the streets right now? You seeing crack valves, or what are you seeing, like, you know, just a
No,
lot of turmoil?
crack wasn't around yet.
Right,
Crack
sorry,
wasn't even
80s,
there yet.
80s, yeah.
Crack wasn't there yet. I saw a lot of poverty, and I saw a lot of black folk living in poverty, substance abuse, heroin abuse, alcohol abuse, no goals, no community activities, no examples that the community could look up to. Just you got to be tough. You got to walk around with the screw face. You know, you got to have this, you know, to be accepted. You got to get in where you fit in. Those were pretty much the things that I was experiencing, you know, living up in the Bronx, coming from Brooklyn. You know, I had to learn how to adapt to this whole nother mindset of, you know, living in the South Bronx. That's pretty much that's what was traumatizing, because it was a whole nother situation from what I was used to.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So what is your mom thinking about all these things as the changes are happening?
To be
And your brother
honest with
too.
you, my mom's, she became a product of her environment.
Mm,
She became a product of her environment. And that was more devastating for me, because it made me have to be more overprotective and confrontational with my mom's, because of the decisions that she was making, and having to remind her, hey, you got two sons here. And, you know, I mean, I'm pretty much open minded about my brother. He's still a baby, you know. So, you know, we had those things. I would have confrontations with the individual she may have been dealing with at that time. And he was a grown ass man, but I was still a youngster. But I was respected and intelligent, and that was my mom. So, you know, I had to grow up quick. I had to
right.
grow up quick. I had to learn very fast what I was dealing with. And I felt alone, you know, like, hey, man, my mom was pretty much, you know, getting with the flow of things. And I got to pretty much keep watching over her to make sure she don't go too far.
So at that time, it's like you need a parent, but in turn, you're kind of taking on that role.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the best way to describe it. Pretty much. Yeah. Hmm.
And you described like the destruction, the terrible things that you're already seeing in the neighborhood, right? And this is prior to the crack hitting the
Yeah.
neighborhood, right? So there's
Yeah. Many
already
years.
dysfunction, a lot of drug use and everything. What do you
Correct.
start to see once the 80s come around in?
Well, by the time the 80s came around, I was a different person.
Mm,
I was a whole different person. I had adapted. This was home. I was comfortable with it. I got in where I fit in, and it was like home now. I adapted to it. I was a whole different person. I became a part of some of the stuff that was going on as well, but not to the extreme where I lost my intelligence or my perspectives on my values on a lot of the things, even growing up, as far as the most high spirituality and things like that. But of course, I had to get money. You know, was in and out of relationships, having sex, moving around, you know, doing things I shouldn't do, dipping and dabbing, smoking, drinking, you know, those common things that, you know, we dibble and dabble with, and, you know, growing up in that environment.
so you started to hit the streets and hustle then?
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Hustling really wasn't my thing. You
Mm,
know, I didn't have the patience to be pushing nothing, slinging nothing. I was more of like, I just take what I want. Like, I was more like a stick up kid. You know, I needed the
got
quick
you.
money. I didn't wait on the corner pushing nothing. I didn't have patience for that. You did. So I just went, you know what I'm saying, where the money was. And, you know, I was more of a take what you want type of guy.
Got you.